Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica to Expert. Now, since last episode, I have been doing a little bit of cleanup. I've actually got, I gotta figure out what I did. Oh, I might have thrown it away, because I ran out of space earlier. But anyways, the quartz cutting knives that we talked about earlier, how they were bugged, they're working now in this version, so I was able to go through and do a bit of facading through here. Some of this is thermal facades, like for the pipes, and then there's a couple conduit facades where the conduits are, and then there's quite a bit of applied energistics 2 facades. So a wide variety of facades. I've been cleaning up some of these. Also, I consolidated our ender chest, so we have our white, we have a blue, we have a white over here. That's our uranium line. This one actually isn't plugged up to the AE system, but I want it here so I can monitor it. This one, and I'm wondering why these aren't being pulled out at the moment. If you recall in the past, we set up that magic bean farm, and yeah, see, clocks are right here. I wonder why that's not auto-inserting. But anyways, I've been going through and I've been adding everything from the magic bean farm to the drawers, and then I connected that up. So that's basically a magic bean input line. Now, I don't think I ever added large ferns. I did not, but I think that's the last two things. I just have to find a good spot for this. I'm running out of drawer real estate at the moment. And then I've got like all the terracottas, all the wool coming in over here. We'll just add it right here. Okay, so large ferns can get deposited there. There we go, and then hopefully that chest is cleared out. Everything has void upgrades. A lot of it has storage upgrades. So I've been crafting those up. I actually ran out of obsidian numerous times. Ended up finally going to the end and just mining up a couple of those pillars. Or not even a couple of those. I was just working on one pillar. I didn't even mine it all. I got, well, I've got 71 stacks of obsidian left. I think I mined about 100 stacks. Those pillars go like down underground pretty far, so I never reached the bottom of one. And it was plenty of obsidian to last us, I think. Now down here I have been cleaning up as well, adding a lot of facades. I still have to add a piece of reinforced stone there and facade this, and add a piece of reinforced stone back there. I slipped my mind honestly until right now, but I have been cleaning all this up. So all those like big gashes to the floor, this I have to clean up just really quickly. These are X-net facades. I taught our system how to make these, and the nice thing is they follow the grain of the material based on how it's placed, like whenever you click it. So I can do, you know, that, and it places the wood, because the Thaumcraft wood is still kind of bugged and doesn't work appropriately, so to speak. With facades, you can't rotate it, but with that we can. So there we go. And those chests right there are basically just trash I need to clear out. I'm working on it. I'm getting everything cleaned up at the moment. This is where our ender chest inputs from. And see, it's still not inputting the clocks. I don't know why it's not auto-inputting the clocks. I think because as the time changes, like it may only insert them like once a day. Because see, it places them like that. So I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to leave it for just a little bit, and we're going to see if it gets inserted. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, there's like a certain time of the day that it inserts, but that's fine. It don't matter. But that means everything is cleared out of here. Everything is completely cleared out of here. Woot. Okay. So, I'm going to reactivate this harvester. Always on. There you go. Boom! Oh, it can't pick up everything. No! That's fine. Let me just dump this stuff into there. There's just too much variety. It shouldn't be an issue because they grow it, you know, they grow at random intervals, so they're not all being harvested at once, but harvesting that entire field in one go was a little bit much, I think. Okay, so that's plugged back up. That means we're going to have basically the majority of the vanilla items coming in. Everything from end rods to diamonds to emeralds to all the different types of glass and panes and just clocks and repeaters and all that stuff. All that stuff. Oh, and let's see. There was something else I wanted to show you guys. Well, we'll take you up here. It's been a little bit since the last recording, and we have stacking 50, and I ended up upgrading this to a reinforced tank because it backed up again. I actually just upgraded that, but anyways, we're steadily getting some pink slime. It's actually probably more than we're going to need, in truth. So this area is, I did close this off because we're not using this anymore. I don't think this has changed too much since the last episode. I've actually been just replugging up the XNet system downstairs where the gardens are, so we can start running a lot of those again. That's kind of what I've been working on, and then cleaning up some of the chests and stuff around. Also, I did add a few more replicators, and that way I could bring this room around. These are making, well, the RF tools, machine frames, and the steel we already had. Right here we're making steel casings from mekanism. Right here we are making pellets of RTG fuel. We are replicating those. They're almost a bucket a piece, but UU is not too much of an issue. I mean, we're drained on it right now, but for how long, you know? We've got 64 pellets of RTG fuel, and that's going to be backing up before too long. Then the UU will back up, and I'll have RTGs for further expansions. So, and then I did have to run this alloy furnace, so I just ran a wire over between episodes. But we're going to be plugging that up this episode, so good stuff. Let's go ahead, I guess, and get into what we're going to be doing. And my plan is, of course, we have the server tours coming up. So I think this episode we are going to be doing a little bit of automation with RF stuff. And then next episode we are going to, at long last, we are going to start work on the matter condenser. We need 10,000 pistons with an elite compressing factory, quantum compressor. We're going to have to do this stuff. So next episode, I think we're going to push on to that so we can get that running while I'm doing the server tours. And hopefully, after the server tours, we come back and we have, you know, we have a matter condenser. So that's going to be next episode. And then, of course, the server tours will start. So anyways, today, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be doing. And the first thing I want to do is I want to order a controller from XNet. I did go ahead and put these in for automation. They're super cheap. There we go. And then we're going to want, let's see, I did automate these, if I recall correctly. Yes, I did. I do need to automate connectors. So they are lapis plates, dense gold plates. I think I've got everything automated except for the dense gold. Let's see, if it takes 18, we'll just do 2 of these, that's fine. 18 of those, and it runs them through the compressor. It's going to get 2 dense gold plates. And then I need to make a recipe for the connector. Just the blue connector is fine. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And let's go ahead and get ourselves, like, let's get 20 connectors. Okay, so what we're going to do today, let's go ahead and open this up a little bit. Let's put down, I've got right here, I've got 2 alloy furnaces and a manufactory from Nuclear Craft. I want to get these automated first and foremost because alloys, I'm having to just like run cable over to make bronze, you know, and I don't want to have to do that anymore. So we're going to put our ME interfaces right there. We are going to, which eventually this is going to have, you know, 8 machines in a block. And we're going to have to run some cables up to that. That's fine. We're going to do that in just a second. We are going to set up an XNet controller. And we're going to put this guy setting right here. Well, I'd rather him face me. Okay, so that's getting power from the power cell. We're going to go ahead and set up a connector right there. And then we are going to set up a connector right there. Let me open this up a little bit. Whoops, I just took out the ceiling. There we go. And we're going to put a connector setting right here, right here. And I guess we'll just run it over to here. We'll bring this over like that. And then we're going to bring this over like that. And we'll just bring this down and do like that. Of course, these are actually going to have connectors like bam, bam, bam right through there, and then bam, bam, bam right through there because it needs to plug into all these machines. And then we're going to have a connector setting right here as well. It connects into the interface. And then what we are going to do is... Oh, and we're going to put a connector right here also. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are going to, first up, we're going to make channel 8 is going to be XNet Energy, which I passed. There we go. It's like the first thing. XNet Energy. And the power cell right here, we're going to say that you extract power. Max energy extraction rate limited to 10,000 per tick. I think if we leave it as empty, it just pulls out whatever. Well, 10,000 per tick, because I'm going to need more than that. I'm definitely going to need more than that. If I set this, the alloy furnace to insert. Oh, 10,000 per tick is gonna kill my plan here. I may not be able to use that there. Because I'm currently using 21,000. Oh wait, is it 10,000 or is it 100,000? I can't remember. 10,000 per ticks. That's going to mess it up bad. I really need something better than that. I mean, I could put multiple connectors on the power cell and just set these to like 9 overclockers for right now. I was wanting to do 20 overclockers. I crafted up 60 of these things to put in here. I was wanting to run 20 of those in here because the speed of it's amazing. It's just like, pew, done, you know. I think what we might do, let's see, yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any other option than to just downscale these a little bit to like 9 for the time being. 10,000 RF per tick. I'll change them later. We'll make them faster later. This will, realistically, this will be fine for right now. But until we get a little bit further, so I have my wireless transmission, we're going to have to go with just 9 overclockers. That's fine. That's okay. And then we are going to, I mean, I could use XNet, but, or not XNet, but Ender IO. But I really don't want to. Because the thing is, whenever I get the wireless transfer, then I can just still leave this plugged up. And it's a whole lot cleaner of a system than a bunch of Ender conduits. Yeah, we'll do that. So we've got a item line extraction insert into this interface. And then right here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create, extract, stack 20, create, extract, stack 20. And that's pretty much it. It's going to extract the items, it's going to insert them into this interface, and then extract power, insert power. Now I am going to add additional connections onto this because if I'm running multiple alloy smelters or you know, multiple things at the same time, this power cell is not going to keep up. This will eventually change. We won't have to keep this forever. Once we get our wireless transfer up and going, we'll be able to toss this, but for right now I've got to keep it. And we'll do a connector there as well. Okay, and then right here we're going to say you extract power, you extract power, you extract power, and then I want to insert power into those. And these should have power, they do. So it is working. And that way I can just have like one extraction or one insert line. Everything just goes into this interface. No matter if it's created from these, any of these nuclear craft machines, it's going to be the same way over here. Mekanism stuff, it's all going to get pulled out and dumped into that exact same interface. So that's going to be great. And then whenever it comes to automating this Mekanism stuff, it's going to be a little bit different. But it'll be a whole lot easier with this XNet system here. The energy system, temporary. I might actually even add, because it's slow as Christmas, we're going to add another one setting there. So we have 5 extractions that can pull power. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have to run some cables up. We don't have P2P yet. That's fine. Let's get, actually I've got Fluix right here. This is currently using 10 of 32 channels. We'll just connect into that for now. A lot of that stuff is going to get redone after the server tour. We'll be getting into P2P. Some of it I'll do off camera because you guys have seen me set it up, but we will be covering P2P and all that good stuff, which is really where AE2 gets beautiful. We'll be covering some of that stuff after the server tour, but I don't have to wait, because I can actually craft, you know, the different colors. I can just craft them like I did with the, downstairs with the terminals. You know, I've got those like a special color. I can craft these 8 at a time, but I'd rather have the color applicator so I can do it like on the fly. It's a little bit more fluid, and it's really not that hard to get. It takes a little bit more time, is the main thing, which isn't a biggie. We've got a server tour coming up, so it's like perfect timing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up some recipes here. We're going to say, I think I've got some bronze on hand. Not enough, not for what I want. So let's get ourselves, okay, 60 copper, 20 tin. And let me grab this bronze out of here just so it's a little bit easier. Okay, we're going to set up a processing pattern. We're going to say that if you take 60 copper, you take 20 tin, you run these through the alloy furnace. See, I mean, it's still reasonably fast at present. It's just it could be a little bit faster. Okay, you take all of that and you're going to get 80 bronze. There we go. And 80 bronze for 2010, 60 copper. Perfect. And then we are going to set up, I mean, I could set up all kinds of recipes at this point. Silver, if you take 32 silver, you take 32 gold. I doubt I have enough electrum on, no, I've got 12, okay. If you take 32 silver and 32 gold, you're going to get a whole bunch of electrum. Like a whole stack of electrum. It's still, I mean, it's fast. It's just, it could be faster. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to make any more on camera, but, and then we can toss these into just one of the alloy furnaces. And then the manufactory, it's same deal, you know. It's identical for the setup. You just plug it in and go. Okay, so now that that's in place, I want to automate this area. Because we have this section, and I don't like having to come over here and manually put the stuff into there. That's no fun. Actually, I'll tell you what. In that room, I'm just going to do an ender chest. White, diamond lock. Because I'm not going to have... The only things that are going to be in this room for automation-wise is going to be the 4 metal presses, and then there's going to be maybe an arc... There's going to be an arc furnace in here. I don't know if it'll be automated because I don't know if we really need it, you know? For anything in particular, we might. There's going to be a crusher here. May or may not be automated. May just be decorative. And then back in here, there's going to be stuff for making the HOP graphite. And then there's also going to be an automatic workbench. So I think, let me move this out the way. We'll just put down ender chest right there. Let me go get a diamond. And we'll just diamond lock that. That's our primary insert line. We're not going to use that for much of our automation, but for the metal presses, that'll be fine. It can just insert in there, and it automatically gets imported into the system, and it's going to count for, you know, the system's going to register that. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull up this. Okay, and instead we're going to have interface. Pull these up. Let's make these look a little bit nicer. And we're going to go with flat interfaces. Put that there. There. I believe it counts these conveyor lines as an inventory. And then, let's see, we're going to have to run, let's see, I'm going to make a little bit of smart cable. And we're going to do this. Because this, I don't want to have to redo, because... I don't guess. Let me get just some gray dye. And we're going to get like 2 things of this. And then we're going to just run our cables. There. And we'll pull this stuff up. I'll have to facade it here in just a bit. But we're going to run this down. Let's get all these connections. This one is, I think, right there. Yeah. Okay, so we bring it down onto the floor and then just connect all this up. Like that. And then we'll just take this underneath the floor over to the AE2 system. Ah. Not sure where that goes. How many channels is this currently using? Because here soon, like I said, we're going to be doing P2P. We're going to have lots of cables going everywhere. This line, I don't know. Oh, this actually just plugs up to the storage network down there. Okay, so we should be able to plug into this. I think so. Then eventually this will be its own line that comes down. So we'll go ahead and just run this down and bring that over and that. And the main reason I'm waiting for the color applicator and coloring cables and all that stuff before I get into P2P is I like to color code everything, and we're actually going to overhaul that controller and actually get the real shape that we're going to be using. We're going to get that in there and everything. Okay, so let's make a recipe right here and say that if you take the copper wire, because that's another thing that we use quite a bit. It's what, 2 to 1, right? And I've actually got quite a bit of this made, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about that. Yeah, it's 2 to 1 on that. So if we take, let's say that if you take a half stack of copper, you're going to get 64 copper wire. There you go. And we'll just put that right there. Okay. And then this can go. Don't need this anymore. And then I have to get the bullet casings and the rods automated. Which the bullet casings, we're going to be getting into those soon after the server tour, because we're going to be getting back into some immersive engineering and kind of doing some stuff with that, and we're going to make a gun. So, okay, so that room is technically automated. I can just throw stuff in there and it's good. And I should, if I look in here, I should now have 3 metal presses. There we go. And then I have one that's not classified as a metal press because it's actually plugging into the conveyors. There's that. Okay, and then lastly we have our mechanism stuff. And there's a couple things I want to do for this. First up, we're going to take our first foray into tier installers. These right here. That one I got from a quest reward. But we are going to automate basic tier installers. There's how you make those. Oh, whoops, there you go. And so there's that. And then I also want to teach you how to make advanced connectors. Just a blue connector, diamond dust, ender pearl, there you go. I am going to need that. So there you go. There's how you make advanced connectors. And then we are also going to, well, we're not going to teach it. We're going to make an enrichment chamber. Just so we can do this properly the first time. So there we go. I'm not actually going to automate that. But quest complete, enrichment chamber. I don't know where the quest book is. Let's go ahead. That quest is done. We'll go ahead and take a loot chest for that. And then also the pulverized obsidian quest is done. There's that. Let's take a loot chest. Claim. Refined obsidian is done. The osmium compressor is done. Refined obsidian. Also the crusher is done. Okay. Yeah, we got quest rewards all over the place. Okay. So let's see what all we got. We got, first up, 2 compacting drawers, which we're not actually really using those. We got 4 resonating gems. That will come in handy. We got 4 oak bookshelves, 32 purple dense smart cable. That's pretty nice. That's an epic reward. We got 16 status upgrade 2s and an anglicite. Legendary upgrade. I wonder if we can scan that. See, we're starting to get into better quest rewards. And that's just because we're doing quests in higher tiers. I know the rewards weren't all that crazy before, but the rewards are based on the tier that you're doing them. No, we cannot scan Anglicite. Okay. We'll just dump it into there. Okay, so we got our Enrichment Chamber. Let's go ahead and add these patterns in. These are both just crafting ones. And let me order the basic tier installer. Let me go ahead and get 2 more of those. There we go. And the Enrichment Chamber. And we're just going to set this up like... Enrichment Chamber is going to set there. We're going to go ahead and apply basic tier installer to all 3 of these machines. So now we have a basic infusing factory, basic enriching factory, basic compressing factory. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and set this to auto sort on each of these. There we go. And then I'm going to want, let's start with the enriching factory. Okay, so the enriching factory, basically you feed in the items and it makes the stuff. And I just realized I just made up some more energy and speed upgrades. But I can't remember, did I ever take... Okay, I did take the upgrades out of there. I think I put them in the metallurgic infuser, actually. So, let's see. Are they still in here? Does it keep them? Yes, it does. Okay, so there's 8 and 8. Awesome. The enriching factory, let's go ahead and add in the energy upgrades to that. And the speed upgrades. We'll be using the enriching factory and the metallurgic infuser more than the compressing factory at the start, so that'll be fine. The enriching factory, all we're going to do is we're going to put an interface right there. And that's pretty much all there is to it. We're going to right click the back of it. We're going to put on top of it, we're going to stick a connector right there. And on the controller, we are going to say, there's the factory. Let me actually call this enriching, so we don't lose track of it. The enriching factory, you are going to insert power. You're also going to extract stack 20. And then right here, we're going to have to go into the side config, and we're going to say that this is the top, we're going to say output, and the back side, which will be this one, is going to be input, and we'll just leave that, the rest of that alone. So, and really we can close those out. So output dark blue, input dark red, back, top. And then all we need to do is, let's see, set up recipes really. So let's get ourselves like some redstone. And really we don't need, we'll do 16 for this. Let's also get diamond dust. And there's a few other things that we're going to have to add to this, but for right now that'll be fine. We're going to say that if you take 16 redstone, you toss it into the enriching factory, it's going to start running, and it's going to start making compressed redstone. Okay, and then we'll just pop back down here. That's how that works. And I'll show you the point of that here in just a second. So that makes 16 compressed redstone. There we go. And then diamond dust, if you take 16 of that, toss it into there. Or wait, it's not diamond dust, is it? It's just diamonds? Diamond dust makes, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Compressed diamond. I don't know why I was thinking diamond dust. That's going to make us 16 compressed diamond. There we go. And encode. Okay, it actually doesn't pull that up. Oh, because I haven't plugged it up with cables. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put those there. For right now, I'm just going to run the cables under this. This is going to get changed whenever we start P2P. We're going to do like a dense cable line that comes up right there. But for right now, this will be fine. We'll run it to right here. And then we're going to go ahead and set up an interface setting right here. This one's for infusing. That is the north. I don't need it to connect to the north. So we'll go ahead and break that off and just right-click the back of that. Okay, so infusing, or actually no, infusing doesn't need to go there. Not bad. Infusing is a little bit different. Infusing is a little bit different. We're not going to have that plug into there. What we're going to do for the infusing is we're going to put an interface setting right there. You can also do this with just the interface plugged into the back if you do multiple infusers, but I'm not going to. I don't think we actually need it. Usually that's just a little bit overkill and it's not really necessary. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the interface there. We're going to put a chest, just a standard chest will be fine. And this is where we're going to need some of those advanced connectors. So let's get 2 of these, because we are going to need those. There we go. And the infuser, one of the recipes that we can do is redstone, and we're going to take like 4 of these, and iron. Oh, quest complete, compressed redstone. Oh, that's right, there was a quest for that. There's also a quest for compressed diamond also. So there we go, quest complete, compressed diamond. Let's go ahead and grab a loot chest. And let's grab a loot chest. There we go. There's also compressed carbon for making steel. We probably won't use that, but we will complete the quest. And then all this stuff. This we've actually made before. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to take... let's see. We'll put the chest right here. We're going to put a connector, just a standard connector, right here. And we'll just connect this up like that. And then we are going to, let's see, connector right there. We're going to have one of our advanced connectors right there. And we're going to say you don't attach to the up. Remember, these are the advanced connectors. We're going to do another one right here on the compressing factory. We'll get into that here in just a second. Right here, we're going to say this is infusing. This is compressing. And then I still have to plug up that interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run so that's south side. Don't connect there. Okay. We'll just get to plug into there. That's fine. And then what we're going to do is, let's see, let's go ahead and get the stuff together for the recipe. So we're going to say that if you take 4 compressed redstone, and I can't remember exactly how much this is going to make. Let me see. I don't think I have any alloy in here at the moment. No, I do not. Okay, if you take 4 redstone, you'll notice it kind of fills up. It's going to make 32. Okay. We'll toss that into there, and it's going to start making enriched alloy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to set this up with the advanced connector. First, we're going to configure the machine. We're going to say side config the... let's say that the... we're going to say that the back side is going to be input. The center... The bottom is going to be output. The top is going to be extra. Okay? It's very, very important. And then we're going to say that this is the compressing. Let's go ahead and insert power into both of these. And then the infusing factory, let's see, side config, the back is input. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that infusing, we're going to put it right here. We're going to say items, create, and then create. And we're going to say that you can insert iron. And then we'll add other things like we're going to be inserting iron because that's what we're using to make the enriched alloy. The bottom is output. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that you can extract, and see, it's not pulling the stuff out, but what we're going to do is we're going to say that it's the bottom. So we're going to set this to down on the extraction stack 20, and there we go. It's getting pulled out. And then the top side is your extra. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one more line here for infusing. We're going to say items, create, you can insert, and you're going to insert compressed diamond. This is going to be from the up side. And then let's get, let's set up this recipe. So if you take 32 iron, 32 compressed redstone, you're going to get 32 enriched alloy. Encode. And then let me get a little bit of this compressed redstone. We'll add that to the filter. There we go. And we should just be able to order that stuff now. So all I got to do is put this into the patterns. There we go. And then if we come down here and we order enriched alloy, give me, well, actually I can just order 110. It doesn't matter. It's going to make 32. If we come up here, oh, you know what? I never set the extraction. Oops. The chest right here, we're going to say that this extracts here, and it extracts here. Then if we take a look, there we go. It's pulling that stuff out. Now I need to set it to stack. So stack 20, stack 20. There we go. That stuff's running. And it takes a second, but it pulls out all the items. And if we take a look here, enriched alloy, we have 64. Now, I didn't notice this. Okay, this is getting power. It's weird. It's not getting full power. But that's fine. As long as it's getting power and it's not dropping, I don't mind. This one's got full power. This one's got full power. Anyways, so that's set up. And then really all I have to do is whenever I add a recipe, I just need to set it up inside the filters here. So, like, you know, right here, say, compressed obsidian. Right here, say, osmium and enriched alloy and things like that go here. So basically we're using the chest and then sorting it out from the chest. So, and then the basic compressing factory is very similar because it does require some osmium. Let's see, I think that's going to be the main thing that we use. Yeah, because it only makes refined obsidian and glowstone. That's all it makes. So osmium in both cases, some glowstone, some refined obsidian. Okay, so what we're going to do is, for this, it's very, very similar. There's refined obsidian. Let's get glowstone. We'll go ahead and just set up both these recipes. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, really all we're going to feed this in is osmium. Do I really want to bother with something like this? No, let's not do that. Let's see, let's tell this that it keeps 32 osmium on hand at all times. And yeah, that'll be fine. And then what we're going to do is put a connector right here. We are going to, let's see, that's that ME interface. We're going to, let's see, this line is the compressed stuff. We're going to say that you can you can extract osmium, stack 20, and that's all it's going to be able to extract from there. And then right here, we're going to put a connector right there. The compressing factory, we're going to say that the downside is purple. There we go. That's your extra line. And we'll just run this cable over. Cable's all over the place here. That's this one. Let me mark that. So compress. There we go. So we're extracting here the osmium, and we are going to allow it to insert osmium. And there we go. It's got osmium in there. You can see liquid osmium. Great. And I'm just going to toss this back into the AE system. We don't need that anymore. Our recipes will merely consist of glowstone and obsidian. And then we're going to need an interface. And then all we've got to do is just put the interface down right there. Alright, click the back of that. Then all we've got to do is set up the recipe. So if you take 32 glowstone, and we're going to set this to the backside is your input, and You know what? I do need an advanced connector here. You can insert here on the downside. And then you can also extract on the upside. Stack 20. And we'll set the extraction. See, back is input. Bottom is extra. Top is output. Okay. And then all we need to do is just toss our glowstone into there. It's going to get sorted through and it's going to start running. It's very, very slow because we don't have speed upgrades in this. Oh, and you know what? I need to insert power again. There we go. And then I've got to do the same thing with refined obsidian. It's actually going to take like 1,000,000 years to run this stuff. Until I make more... Well, actually I can make more speed upgrades. So let me get mechanism. I need to automate this, but I've got to set up another macerator to automatically break down the metals for the dust. So... I'll get that set up. I've got to make more overclockers and stuff because I'm out of them. Toss those in there. Toss those in there. There we go. It's going to start running. It's still not super fast, but we can actually upgrade these factories a bit more. Still not going to be as fast as like the nuclear craft and IC2 machines, but we can make it a bit faster. Okay, so the glowstone. There's how you make 32 glowstone ingots in code. And then we're going to say refined obsidian, 16 of those. Quest complete, glowstone ingot. Toss that into there, and this is the last recipe that this needs. So, and let's take a look. We did complete another quest right here. There we go. And then these we've just kind of got to work through. Okay, so refined obsidian ingots. That's going to make 16 of those. And in code. Okay. And we got a couple loot chests. We got 3 of them. We've got an architect's saw bench, a cooking table, an apricot jelly sandwich. And then we just have to toss these into there. It lists just all the mekanism machines as factories. So you just kind of have to pay attention to, you know, which one's which and stuff. And that's pretty much it. Compressing factory, that's 100% done. There's no other recipes to add to that. All that's left to do is just upgrade the factory. Okay, it has been a little bit since I cut. I actually went ahead and, of course, that we had done. I went ahead and taught it to make the compressed carbon, the compressed obsidian. That's just coal and refined obsidian. And then down here, I've taught it to make enriched alloy, refined obsidian, reinforced alloy, atomic alloy, and basic control circuits. Now, one thing to note about the basic control circuits, make sure when you set up your chest, I forgot to mention this earlier because we are going to use osmium in 2 different places. Make sure these are on 2 different channels. I'm extracting, on the second channel, I'm only extracting compressed redstone, compressed diamond, compressed obsidian. Over here, you don't have to filter this extraction. So we can just pull out everything because I only have one insert that's inserting these 5 things into the metallurgic infuser. But right here, I've got it set to extract osmium. And this is why you want it on 2 different channels, because I can also insert osmium here for the infusing when I'm making the control circuit. So I've got, you know, that all filtered, and then this is filtered to only accept those, only accept that on this channel. So it can't, you know, over here I can extract, you know, from the chest I can extract osmium and stuff, but it can't insert it. Since that's on channel 3, that's on channel 2. So just make sure that's different so that your osmium's not trying to insert into the wrong places. But we had it all set up right. It's just I need to add a filter. Basically, the only thing you really need to add is right here, this chest filter. Make sure and add that to the second channel so it only extracts those 3 things. So, and also carbon if you're making steel through mekanism, you know, that'll go there. But so that stuff's all done, and then if we take a look here, we have completed a few quests. I didn't feel the need to do these on camera because they're literally just crafting things that take no effort. It's JEI, you know. Compressed carbon, we've done that, so we'll grab a loot chest. Compressed obsidian, we've done that. We'll grab a loot chest. Atomic alloy, we've done that. We'll grab a loot chest. Which actually we had done that in the past. But you had to do this quest to unlock this one. Basic control circuit. There we go. And then these are just crafted. Advanced and elite control circuits. Not much to them. Just like that. And I could use the electronic circuit because it's cheaper and, I mean, it's basically free and it crafts like instantaneously with our UU setup. I could use the electronic circuit. I've got it using the basic just because I'm keeping mechanism with mechanism. But you could do it with the electronic circuit and it's cheaper and quicker. But electronic circuit, reinforced alloy, and once again, you can use the advanced circuit. It's a little bit more expensive in that case, though, because unless you're doing UU, which is like super expensive, it takes some lapis, takes some glowstone. So it is a little bit more expensive, but it's faster-ish. But the ultimate control circuit, we're going to get into this next episode. So not this method, not this method. We're going to do the empower method for those. So anyways, back in here, we have completed this quest, and we've completed this quest. It's kind of funny that like half the mechanism quest line is just components to craft. So, and then there's also a quest here for mechanism steel. We might as well go ahead and knock this out. It's just basically a free quest. Oh yeah, we've got all these loot chests. We got cranberry jelly sandwiches, a flux infused battle wrench again, 2 congealed purple slime blocks, 8 plowman's lunch, 16 status upgrade 2s, a ranged collector from Actually Editions. We'll actually end up using... Hey, that's a quest complete apparently. Okay, whatever. We'll dump that stuff into there. And then really, really quick, if we take some iron, we take some carbon. Let me actually just do like one of these. I don't need mechanism steel. It's just a more expensive way for us to get steel. Than our current setup. So there we go. We'll run that, and it's going to make enriched iron. We actually don't even need the steel. We just need the components. So that, then the enriched iron. Pop back up here, and we have to run it one more time. There we go, and we're making steel blend. So there we go. And we should get a quest complete, Mechanism Steel. There we go. Turn in that quest. So many quests this episode. Basic tier installer. We have... Oh, wait. There we go. Basic tier installer. We have done that. And then this steel blend, I'm just going to toss it in the trash. I don't need it. Actually, Editions range collector. We have completed that. And so we got 3 loot chests. And we got 64 obsidian, another color block crafter, and 8 ginger chickens. Okay, and that's it for this episode. Next episode, we are going to be getting a bit of the Actually Editions questline done, a little bit of it. These, we've actually completed all of these. It's just we haven't unlocked empowering, because we got all these from exploration. But we will get through a bit of that next episode, because we are going to be going for the matter condenser. I want this. I don't really know why this is as expensive as it is, because making singularities, I don't really feel is that OP, because we could make a wireless connection like pretty cheap. I mean, it's expensive on power, but I don't know. The main thing about the matter condenser is making the paintballs. That's what I want it for, you know. But we're gonna get that set up next episode. I know technically, what this is episode 54, so that'll be 55. We'll start the server tours on 56. I want to get that thing running so it can run while we're doing, the server tours and stuff. So that way we have it for the following episodes whenever we come back. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions or anything, do let me know down in the comments, and I will do my best to get those answered for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.